What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Odin coming back with another video, and today I am not on Sunday and I am not doing the box office breakdown because this news just broke. I've already done a video for my channel, so I figured I'd try and do one for geeks and gamers. Hopefully this video gets out there. And Birds of Prey, the bottom is already falling out on this movie. This movie was projected to make around $55 million, not so much anymore. So for anyone that was not following the video that I made on my channel earlier, please go check it out. I cover the fact that this movie, Birds of Prey, made $4 million on Thursday for its opening, which is the lowest ever DCEU film Thursday. I know, River, I know, it's pretty crazy. And so I've already was assuming that the film is underperforming on Thursday, means likely it's going to underperform over the weekend. Did not think that I would see the number drop this low. Again, this film was projected to make around $55 million. The original ranking was between $40 and $60 million. The tracking site that I followed then put it down to 35 to 50. Now it's dropping even below those updated estimates with a $33+ million domestic opening weekend. Even Deadline can't spin it anymore. If you actually look to their previous articles, they say, oh, Birds of Prey is doing great. $4 million is not that bad. I know, River. Isn't their spin just really crazy and insane? But it really is, because they were already trying to spin it saying, well, we can't expect it to do Suicide Squad numbers. We can't expect it to do Shazam numbers because these movies had all these other factors going for it. And so the movie's fine. Everything's fine. Not so much anymore, but I'm sure they're still going to try and spit it in this marketplace. But anyway, the second update midday. It's not looking so spectacular for Warner Brothers' Harley Quinn movie Birds of Prey, which is seeing a Friday of $12.6 million, which includes the $4 million from Thursday, and an opening weekend around $33.5 million per industry figures this afternoon. Finance sources prefer to wait until overseas figures come in to determine whether this net $84.5 million production is in the black. Some argue with me that the price was much more. At $33.5 million, Birds of Prey is currently under tracking $50 to $55 million production, which is what the Warners were hoping for, which was $45 million. So the industry standards were $50 to $55 million. Warner Brothers was undercutting that at $45 million. This is going underneath the conservative estimate from Warner Brothers. That is how few people are actually going out to see this movie. And based on the marketing campaign for this, I'm not surprised. I've been asking this question. Who in the hell was this movie made for? In all honesty, who was it made for? It wasn't made for comic fans, because I've been hearing from so many people that were fans of these comics saying these are not the comic characters. They might claim to have their name. They might be calling each other by the names from the comics. This is not these characters. And so it's not for the comic fans. They're obviously trying to push for a more female audience, which means they are going to be, by practice, by the very nature of that, pushing male audiences away. And so what were they going to try and do? Say, oh, we don't need the vast majority of comic audiences, which is usually men. We don't need them. This is going to be a female film. This is going to be all female power, women power, women power. Well, let's see what women power does. Now, obviously, a lot of things can happen. It is still Friday. Saturday could be amazing for all we know. Sunday could be even better. The Oscars are Sunday. People might say, hey, screw the Oscars. Let's go see Birds of Prey instead. Maybe, just maybe. Who knows at this point? But it is pretty amazing that a movie that's getting so many positive reviews and positive ratings from critics and from now fans from Rotten Tomatoes. Oh my gosh, this film is great. It's so much fun. But no one wants to go see it. I think that's what it comes down to. Whether you like this film or not, it's going to be, I think, purely subjective at this point in time. There seem to be enough objective flaws with this film. I think they're going to keep enough people from, staying at home, especially with people like Ewan McGregor coming out trying to say, oh, it's about misogyny and fighting against it and the strong female empowerment. I'm so proud to be a part of this movie. I think that's going to push enough people away. So it's going to push the comic fans away. It's going to push people that pay attention to this stuff away. And all that you're left with is a bunch of random people that are going to fill up a couple of theaters. And for the most part, you're going to have a lot of half-empty shows from what I'm guessing here. But I wanted to get this update out there because they're going to make every excuse in the book saying, well, what were you expecting it to make? It's a rated R movie. Forgetting the fact that Joker, which cost only $55 million, made well over $1 billion as a rated R movie, because guess what? It was good. That's the secret, everybody. That's the secret, Hollywood. If you make good movies for the fans, if you make great movies that people actually want to go see multiple times even, and tell their friends about and say, go see this movie, you'll make money. If you make a movie where you're like, oh, we're only going to make it for a certain audience, and then when other people that it wasn't made for, because remember, we made it clear saying it wasn't made for you, but then when you don't show up, we'll still call you sexist, because that's just what we do in Hollywood. It truly is amazing. But I was rocking out to some, music from my childhood from my younger years, and I saw this come out there, and of course Twitter went down at some point too, but I just had to cover this. What are your thoughts about this, though? Do you think Birds of Prey is going to flop? Now, I said in my video on my channel that it only needs to make around 243 million worldwide to break even, which we don't have those foreign numbers yet. That's based, of course, if the production budget was 97 million, which many sites are projecting that it cost around 97 million to make, and of course it only gets 60% of the box office. So I did all that math, and it came out to around $243 million is the bare minimum this film needs to make to actually break even. That's doable, seeing that, Shazam was a little bit more expensive, about $3 million or so more expensive based off the projected budget for that film. That movie made well over $300 million. This film theoretically, technically could. Margot Robbie is not an unknown name. She might do well in the foreign marketplace. We'll find out on Sunday when I do the full box office breakdown. But oh man, Birds of Prey. The bottom is falling out already, and it's not even the end of Friday yet. But let me know your thoughts about this and all the things we talked about in the comment section below. If you like this video, smash the like button, get a subscribe, it helps us out a lot. Also, make sure you go check out the Odin's movie vlog channel as well. We are actually doing a boycott of the Oscars on Sunday, so please make sure you hit the subscribe over there and the bell notification so that way you can know when we go live. There's also a form that you can fill out if you want to vote in the Wednesday Raven Awards. That's the award show that I have over on that channel while we boycott, while that way we can talk about the best films of the year, the worst films of the year, the NPC of the year, the shill of the year, all great categories. So again, go check out the Owens Movie Vlog channel if that's the kind of stuff that interests you and you want to have a little bit of fun making fun of and also, of course, showing love towards the best films of 2019. You guys are all freaking amazing, beautiful people. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.